Welcome to Law Made Simple. In this episode, we're diving into a topic that's both personal and legal. Why are Indian marriages falling apart? Is it just modernity or are deeper forces at play? We'll explore whether men are unfairly punished during divorce, even when the wife has an extramarital affair. We'll also look at how online marriage platforms may be misleading people and why marriages seemed more stable in the past. Divorce is no longer rare, it's becoming a common conversation. So how do we protect our children from the emotional fallout? What does the law say and what does it ignore? Stay with us as we unpack real cases, legal sections, and social shifts. We'll also explore how cultural expectations clash with legal realities. Are we romanticizing the past or overlooking today's pressures? This episode isn't just about blame, it's about understanding. 'Cause when love meets law, litigation often follows. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Law Made Simple. Let's talk about the silent sufferers, men in divorce. Even when the wife is unfaithful, the husband often ends up paying alimony. Adultery is no longer a crime in India, thanks to the Joseph Shine judgment in 2018, but it still remains a ground for divorce under Section 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act, 1955. Unfortunately, courts rarely penalize the cheating spouse. Maintenance under Section 125 of the Criminal Procedure Code is almost always awarded to wives, even if they earn or were unfaithful. Fathers lose custody in most cases, and false cruelty allegations under Section 498A of the IPC can lead to arrest and humiliation. The emotional trauma, financial strain, and social stigma are real. The law must evolve to protect both genders equally. Many men suffer silently, fearing judgment and lacking support. Legal reform must include fairness, not just protection. We need to ask, are we punishing betrayal or just rewarding victimhood? Law Made Simple believes justice should be gender-neutral, not gender-blind. What happens when a spouse cheats? Adultery was once a crime under Section 497 of the Indian Penal Code, but the Supreme Court struck it down in 2018. While it's no longer criminal, it remains a valid ground for divorce under Section 13(1)(I) of the Hindu Marriage Act and Section 27(1)(A) of the Special Marriage Act, 1954. Courts may consider it mental cruelty, but proving it is difficult. Digital evidence like WhatsApp chats, emails, and photos can help, but privacy laws complicate things. Even if adultery is proven, the cheating spouse may still receive alimony. The law doesn't always reflect moral accountability, and that's a gap we need to address. Betrayal may be emotional, but its legal consequences are often minimal. Should infidelity be treated as a private wound or a public wrong? The law has evolved, but has justice kept pace? Law Made Simple urges viewers to understand both the rights and the blind spots in today's legal framework. Online marriage platforms promise love and compatibility, but do they deliver? Fake profiles are everywhere. People hide their age, income, and even marital status. Algorithms match biodata, not personalities. Emotional compatibility is often ignored, and unrealistic expectations lead to quick breakups. These platforms have no legal accountability. Impersonation is a crime under Section 66D of the Information Technology Act, 2000, and misleading services can be challenged under the Consumer Protection Act, 2019. But most users don't know their rights. Marriage isn't just a swipe, it's a lifelong commitment. Digital shortcuts can lead to emotional disasters. We must ask, are these platforms selling hope or setting traps? Legal safeguards are weak, and emotional fallout is high. Law Made Simple believes that tech must be paired with truth. Before you match, make sure you're legally and emotionally informed. Let's rewind and ask, why were marriages safer earlier? Families played a central role in matchmaking, and marriage was seen as a sacred duty, not just a legal contract. Couples endured hardships together, and divorce was rare, not because of stigma but because of resilience. Joint families provided emotional and financial support. The Hindu Marriage Act, 1955 treats marriage as a sacrament, not a transaction. Vedic values emphasize dharma, shraddha, and sahadharma, shared responsibilities and spiritual partnership. Today, individualism dominates. Emotional fulfillment often replaces endurance. We need to balance modern rights with ancient wisdom to rebuild stability. Were those marriages perfect? No. But they were protected by community and continuity. Today's isolation breeds impulsive exits. Law Made Simple invites you to reflect, not just on laws but on values. Divorce affects children the most. Custody battles can leave deep emotional scars. The Guardians and Wards Act, 1890 governs custody decisions, and courts prioritize the child's welfare, not parental ego. Joint custody is slowly gaining ground, allowing both parents to stay involved. Financial support is ensured under Section 125 of the CrPC, but emotional support is just as important. The Githa Hariharan case in 1999 allowed mothers to be recognized as natural guardians. Courts now consider grandparents and extended family too. Children need stability, not courtroom trauma. Divorce should never mean emotional divorce from your child. Mediation and counseling can help reduce damage. Legal rights must be matched with emotional responsibility. Law Made Simple believes protecting children is not just a legal duty, it's a moral one. Let's wrap up with what truly matters. Marriage isn't just a celebration, it's a contract, a commitment, and a legal reality. Before entering into it, every individual should understand both the emotional and legal dimensions. The Hindu Marriage Act, 1955 governs most Hindu marriages in India, while the Special Marriage Act, 1954 applies to interfaith and civil unions. These laws define not just rituals but rights around divorce, maintenance, custody, and protection. Section 125 of the Criminal Procedure Code ensures maintenance for spouses and children, while IPC Section 498A addresses cruelty within marriage. But these laws can be misused or misunderstood, especially when emotions run high. That's why legal literacy is not optional, it's essential. Whether you're planning a wedding or navigating a separation, knowing your legal ground can save you from emotional and financial damage. Law Made Simple exists to bridge this gap, to make legal knowledge accessible, relatable, and preventive. We believe that informed choices lead to stronger relationships and fairer outcomes. So if you found this episode helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to Law Made Simple. 'Cause love may be blind, but law never is. Let's build relationships that are not just romantic, but resilient, respectful, and legally sound.